Welcome to the 2022 Lula Cook Tompkins Scholarship Juneteenth Program. The Lula Cook Tompkins Scholarship Program was created in 2019 for and by the descendants and extended family of George W. Cook and his wife, Missouri Belle Kelly Cook. Now, the scholarship fund is available to those seeking higher education beyond high school. Now, this is not limited, but it is to four-year colleges and universities, two-year colleges, vocational technical schools and programs, adult education and continuing education programs. Now, we as a committee promotes family unity and honor and encourage aspiring members of our family to demonstrate leadership and academic excellence. Now, we would like you to apply for any future Lula Cook Tompkins scholarship funds we may have in the future. Now we would like to hear from Ms. Shirley, who's going to explain to us the history of Juneteenth.
Thank you, Keisha. Greetings, everyone. You might ask, what is Juneteenth? Juneteenth, short for June 19th, marks the day when federal troops arrived in Galveston, Texas in 1865 to take control of the state and ensure that all enslaved people be freed. The troops' arrival came a full 2.5 years after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. Juneteenth honors the end to slavery in the United States and is considered the longest running African-American holiday. On June 17, 2021, it officially became a federal holiday. Confederate General Robert E. Lee had surrendered 2 months earlier in Virginia, but slavery had remained relatively unaffected in Texas until U.S. General Gordon Granger stood on Texas soil and read General Orders Number 3, which read, "The people of Texas are informed that, in accordance with a proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free." The Emancipation Proclamation, issued by President Abraham Lincoln on January 1st, 1863, had established that all enslaved people in Confederate states in rebellion against the Union shall be then thenceforward and forever free. But in reality, the Emancipation Proclamation didn't instantly free any enslaved people. The proclamation only applied to places under Confederate control and not to holding border states or rebel areas already under Union control. However, as Northern troops advanced into the Confederate South, many enslaved people fled behind the Union lines. In Texas, slavery had continued as the state experienced no large-scale fighting or significant presence of Union troops. Many enslavers from outside the Lone Star State had moved there, as they viewed it as a safe haven for slavery. After the war ended in the spring of 1865, General Granger's arrival in Galveston that June signaled freedom for Texas's 250,000 enslaved people. Although emancipation didn't happen overnight for everyone, in some cases, enslavers withheld the information until after harvest season. Celebrations broke out among newly freed Black people, and Juneteenth was born. That December, slavery in America was formally abolished with the adoption of the 13th Amendment. The year following 1865, freedmen in Texas organized the first of what became the annual celebration of Jubilee Day on June 19th. In the following decades, Juneteenth commemorations feature music, barbecues, prayer services, and other activities. And as Black people migrated from Texas to other parts of this country, Texas became the first state to make Juneteenth an official holiday. Several others followed suit over the years. In June 2021, Congress passed a resolution establishing Juneteenth as a national holiday. President Biden signed it into law on June 17th, 2021, and that is what Juneteenth is about. Thank you. Back to you, Keisha.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the information and the history about Juneteenth. Next, we would like to know about some entertainment that we have for you, which will be by Carlos Hardiman.
And thank you, Cousin Keisha and Cousin Shirley. And I want to welcome you guys to our presentation, all our family and friends. I'm dropping in to just inform you of two very entertaining video presentations. First, entitled Words for You, a Juneteenth slam poem, a spoken word feature. And the second video is from The Ellen Show, featuring DJ Twitch, where he will present the Divine Nine. It's a dance presentation from our nation's HBCUs. You'll find the link to these two videos, um, exciting and uplifting, and you'll find it in your email message. Thank you, Keisha. Back to you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Next up, we're actually going to have introductions of the board committees by Angela Payne.
Thank you, Keisha. Thank you all for joining our second annual Juneteenth celebration program. I have the honor of introducing you to our 15 board members that have worked hard each year to make sure that the scholarship fund is a success. Starting with the executive board, we have Clark Cook, president, Terry Washington, vice president, myself, Angela Payne, as the secretary, and Cedric Hardiman, treasurer. We also have Erica Carter, Shirley Carter, Aaron Cook, Margaret Denson, Julia Fierce, Robert Fierce, Sarah Fierce, Carlos Hardiman, Candace Odom, Brianna Payne, and Nikisha Cook Wilson. Please join me in giving them a round of applause for a job well done. Back to you, Keisha.
Thank you. Next up is our family lineage. This will be given to us by Clark Cook.
Thanks, Keisha. Well, you've seen our photographs and you've heard our names. Now I'd like to tell you a few things about who we are and how we got here. You're probably familiar with the acronym FUBU, which stands for Us, By Us. It's the name of an apparel company. For Us, By Us also describes our family scholarship fund. The Lula Cook Tompkins Scholarship Fund was created by family members, is made up of family members, and is funded by family members to award scholarships to family members who have been chosen for that honor by, yes, family members. The 15 of us are a diverse group, different ages, complexions, styles, and occupations, and we live in different areas of the country. But what we have in common is that each of us is connected by blood or by love to one of the 13 children of George W. Cook and his wife, Missouri Belle Kelly Cook of Colquitt, Georgia. For context, you should know that their first child, Jiley, was born in 1878, just 13 years after the end of slavery and 1 year after the end of Reconstruction in the South. Their last child, Posey, was born in 1909. The family lived on a remote 100-acre plot of land in a small wooden cabin without electricity and without running water. They were farmers. They raised their own food, and they also grew cotton, which they sold to earn money. The entire family worked on the farm, children included. No one went to school. Living together in close quarters and working together every day, they became a very close-knit family known for their unity and their good humor. At a time when most Black families in Georgia were tenant farmers who paid their rent with the cotton they grew, the Cooks owned the land they lived on. They were self-reliant and proud of it. Farming was hard work, but they loved life on the farm. Life off the farm was another matter. After Reconstruction was aborted, unreconstructed white men took over Georgia state and local governments and enacted oppressive Black codes and Jim Crow laws. And the Ku Klux Klan ruled the night. Their costumed, torch-lit rallies and rides might seem fantastical today, but they were real. They were common events in rural Georgia intended to terrorize Black people. The number of lynchings in Georgia was second only to the number in Mississippi. At one point, a group of white men announced publicly that they were going to lynch one of the Cook boys, the one named Jerry. His siblings helped him sneak out of Colquitt. They probably saved his life, but no one in the family ever saw him again. As if the threat of lynching wasn't enough, starting in 1915, there was almost a decade of cotton crop failure throughout the South, causing millions of Black families to lose their homes and their source of income. The Cook family didn't become homeless, but unable to grow cotton, uneducated, and untrained for anything but farm work, they soon had no money. So in 1919, when two of the Cook boys, George E. and Walter, returned home after serving in the Army in World War I, Black people in the South were in dire straits. That year, George E. was 29 years old, eager to get married and start his own family, but not in Georgia. He wanted to raise his own kids in an area where there was less terror and more work for uneducated Black men like him. For him, and what turned out to be more than 6 million Black people, that meant moving out of the South to the industrial Northeast. So the following year, George E. moved to Donora, Pennsylvania. Everybody there called him Cook. After he got a job in a steel mill and bought a home, he urged his younger unmarried brothers to join him. 3 of them did: Andrew, Hosey, and Byron, whose nickname was Bob. They got jobs, got married, and settled in the Northeast. Later, when they returned to Georgia for visits, the brothers could see that things had not improved much for their family. Although by then cotton was back, the few segregated schools for Black children in Georgia were notoriously bad and operated only 3 or 4 months of the year. So George E. and his brothers encouraged their nephews and nieces to join them in the Northeast. 16 of them did. Most of them were grandchildren and great-grandchildren of their sister Essie and her husband Quill Washington. Each new arrival was welcomed by their uncles' families and provided with food, clothes, a place to stay, and guidance about getting a job. When the new arrivals married and had children, their families, together with their uncles' families, formed a close-knit northern branch of our family with close connections to the southern branch. Today, we're the children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren of the 13 siblings. We've come a long way from their early days in Colquitt. We realize we have profited individually and as a family from their courage, their family unity, and from our access to education that was denied to them. Our scholarship fund is a tribute to them and to our other ancestors. Thank you. Back to you, Keisha.
Thank you very much, Clark. I do appreciate that. That was very informative. Next up, we have the process of selecting our winners. Now, Brianna Payne will explain this to us. Brianna?
Thank you, Keisha. From April 5th through May 31st, 2022, every applicant's essay was posted anonymously on our scholarship essays page. Each essay is identified by a number. From April 5th through May 31st, family members and friends could then vote on the essay they felt was best by sending in their donation of $5 or more to the Lula Tompkins Scholarship Fund, along with the essay's corresponding number. Each donation we received went directly to funding the scholarship, and the donors are currently acknowledged on our donation page. On May 31st, the 2 essays with the most votes were reviewed by our elected judges, who then determined our first and second place winners. Back to you, Nikisha.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Next up will be our acknowledgement of our donors, which will be Julia Fierce.
Thank you, Nikisha. Hello, family and friends. On behalf of the Scholarship Committee, We would like to acknowledge those who provided contributions to this year's Essay Contest Scholarship Awards. We want to thank the following donors, beginning with Bobby Bush, Andrea Hammond, Rick Carson, Michael and Shirley Carter, Clark Cook, Margaret Denson, Julia Fears, Cedric Hardiman, Lashana Hardiman, T. Carlos and Lisa Hardiman, Amber Luck, Sadiq M., Alexander McLean, Candace Odom, George Odom, Linda Parker, Angela Payne, Brianna Payne, Pop-Up Stores, Clifton and Denise Price, Nikisha Cook Wilson, John and Annie Wright. Your donations were greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joy. I appreciate that. Now, what we all been waiting for this afternoon or this evening, the announcement of this 2022 Scholarship Award. This will be by Cedric Hardiman.
Thank you, Keisha. Hello, everyone. I want to start by thanking all the folks who either donated money or participated in our Double Good Popcorn fundraiser. As a result of everyone's generosity, we raised a total of $2,615. In accordance with the rules of the scholarship fund, the money will be awarded in an 80-20 split. The second place essay, Arthur, will receive an award of $523. The first place essay, Arthur, will receive an award of $2,091. The judges have spoken. Submitted as essay number 1, the second place winner of the Lula Cook Tompkins Scholarship is Jari Hardiman. Jari is getting her master's in social work. She is attending Virginia Commonwealth University in Richmond, Virginia. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. The judges have spoken again. Submitted as essay number 5, the first place winner of the 2022 Lula Cook Tompkins Scholarship. The winner is Nicole Johnson. Nicole is attending Northern Illinois University, where she is studying for her bachelor's degree in physical therapy with a focus on athletic training. Congratulations to Jari and Nicole. That will conclude our program. On behalf of the Lula Cook Tompkins Scholarship Fund, I want to thank you for watching to the end of our program. Everyone who submitted the 5 essays we had to vote on this year, and I want to thank the winners and the donors. I would like to thank everyone who either sold or bought popcorn during our fundraiser, and I would also encourage everyone to take some time to view the video that was mentioned earlier. I think you will find them informational as well as entertaining. Although 2022 is over, 2023 is just getting started. Back to you, Nikki.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We just want to thank you on behalf of the family, the Scholarship Fund Committee. We just like to thank you for joining this evening. Thank you for participating in any way, shape, form, and necessary you have. Just spread the word for our 2023 next reunion we have, the next scholarship fund that we would actually give out. Please get ready to get those donations. Get ready. Thank you very much. I'd like to say good night. And anyone else can say good night with me as well. Good night, all.